Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Nerd channel. My view of practically everything lately is a whole new tea. And yeah, don't forget those Epstein files. Yeah, it's not the woman channel, but yeah. And oh my gosh, guys, like dating nightmares, the other channel is going to get interesting soon because the amount of men who have given me their number, the amount of men who have told me they love me, the amount who told me the same day to come over to their house and do certain things. Yeah. Oh, the same thing that QVC lady said when she was talking about that hairpiece. And I'm not talking about a blowout. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, oh no, poor thing, poor thing. But I mean, hey, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna talk about that later. But that right there, just I needed that laugh. I felt so bad for her, but I needed the laugh because that hairpiece looked like a Karen in training, like Karen going up to the manager. It just had all of the Karen feels up in that hair. So I was just like, mm, mm. Okay, looks like Karen might be giving that blow to that manager. But okay. This is part two. Yeah. Check out my Patreon too. I'm gonna have, yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna have new stuff up, but with the vacation and with yeah, I'm gonna talk about what's going on and how it's interfering with my goals and my dreams. And I don't want it to, and that's one reason, okay, let me just mm, check out the Patreon. I'm going to have new stuff, I promise, pretty soon. But I have so many screenshots on there. I'd be surprised if you've seen everything. And also the details, or even if you go get I don't know if you can get the information of each one, but there's some that look like duplicates. Some are not duplicates. Some of the men go around and type the same thing every week or month or every other month or every 6 months. Yeah, some of them are, yeah. It's like because some men, I think they just have a Word document of things they want to tell to so many women, and they just copy paste. The one, or I think his name's Brian. Brian makes films. Brian, like he has 3 or 4 different profiles. He copies and pastes. So if you pay attention and look at his white guy with, uh, I want to say short hair, but I think he might have recently or during that period had a haircut because I think some of the pictures he has longer hair. But anyway, bon appetit, enjoy. I will have tons of more material. Some are like from previous years, but they're still new to you and they show the racism within this country. And I'll never forget when one of my students, he was one of the rudest, most conceited, awful, terrible, narcissistic people I have ever met. In my opinion, of course, but he was just like, racism is over with. So just get over it. But then all the stuff going on in Michigan right now, especially with that Senate race, that one should hit him real hard. Real hard. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know. It's like so many people just think as long as the racism's happening to black people, we don't care. And especially a lot of people of color. Yeah, I've been dragging you guys a lot lately because with the racism that I keep seeing within your communities, and especially on the dating apps, when like that same Democrat okay, I'm thinking about the candidate, but a lot of men that are in his demographic keep writing me or swiping right on me. And if I like, a lot of times I swipe left because I already know what's coming. But the ones that I do, it's like you do not know how many men of that demographic have just been like, oh, will you sleep with me? Or Are you ready for a good time? Or I have money, so would you have a good time with me? And I get like, you do not know how many times. And I mean, it's to a point where at first I thought, oh, okay, they're just bored, or oh, okay, this year that's just whatever. But it's been every year, well, yeah, practically every year since my breakup with Mr. No Heart. Yeah. Oh, and I'm going to be talking about a new character soon. And this is one that was right before Lock a Key. But I feel like if you understand what happened before Lock a Key, you will then understand why I tolerated Lock a Key for as long as I did, on top of trying to finish my master's and trying to, like, in my head, trying to keep him alive, because like I didn't want to risk him telling me he was going to do something, and I'm like, ah, yeah, right, no you're not. And then he does it, and then that's going to be on me, even though he's a no good, stupid, idiotic, selfish bigot, and his wife too. So, and they have a daughter. Part of me, I'm just like, oh man, they're making a young, like, because she's not a mini anymore, because yeah, enough years has passed, she's a teenager now, whatever. But yeah, the way they, like, yeah, mom called me the N word, and he thinks Muhammad Ali is a selfish, like, conceited, like, yeah, the way his grandmother and him talked about, I'll never forget that night. And there's other times where their racism came up, and then I wouldn't come back to the house for a few days, and then he would threaten me. Yeah, good times, right? Good times. But I'm gonna be talking about Sean soon. And the thing is, he'll never find this channel, so you won't even know I'm talking about him. And none of you guys will be able to find which one. And I've actually talked about him before, but his name, like, I was like, is his name Scott? Sean? It's one of the, like, dang it. I know it starts with an S, but I forgot which one. But no, he's Sean. He is the one where the police officer pulled him over and he lied and said I was his fiance in order to get out of a DUI. And he's also the one that took me to a wedding within like the first month of dating. I think it was like our third, third or like it was like the second or fourth date. But it was ridiculous. Oh no, it wasn't the second date. So yeah, it was like the third or fourth date. Yeah, because I told you guys that story about, and yeah, sometimes I'm like, was it this date, that date? Like this was like 15 years ago. So trying to, yeah, so sometimes the numbers are going to be off, but I'll never forget going into the hotel, because I thought, oh, maybe the restaurant's in the hotel. No, all of his family members are dressed up like they're going to a wedding. Oh, we are going to the wedding dinner. Okay, yeah, yeah. And now I'm wondering, why wasn't he invited to the wedding and he was just invited to the dinner? Yeah, I'm wondering about that. I mean, oh no, I didn't want to, like, that would have been so uncomfortable going to, like, because I'm just like, not only am I the plus one, and not only do I hardly know anybody going to this, but I hardly know my date. So, and it's like, and I didn't even know I was going to a wedding. Like, that still makes my mind blown because I'm just like, what? Really? Like, you took me to a wedding and I don't even know you yet. I don't even know you, and we're you, like, I'm your plus one. Like, what? Come on now. But so yeah, I one reason. Well, I've talked about this, but there are so many reasons why I started this channel. One of the main reasons was right when YouTube was made, I wanted to start a channel about India. I wanted to be a booktuber. I wanted to talk about books and poetry and the arts and stuff. And oh, my mom refused. She said she was going to kick me out that house if I dared. And even told cousins that if they found me on YouTube, to let her know so then she would know to kick me out the house. And just over the years, like, doctors not listening to me, exes treating me like garbage and not listening to me, Oakland University and the staff not listening to me. No one understood me, no one listened, no one cared. And or they turned around and manipulated me to make force me to think it was all my fault. And so with my dating, one of the reasons I dated these awful, terrible men is because I blamed myself. I kept saying, like, if I walked right, then I would deserve a good man. Then I would deserve a guy that was, that most women would consider amazing. And I kept blaming myself and I kept hating myself. There were morning, like, so there was a time, 4 years, every day I woke up, I would be like, oh, I hate myself and I hate myself. I hate my life and I hate myself. That's what I said for months, years. And so now people don't understand how much of a deal this is, that I'm working on my projects now and that I have a YouTube channel, which a few months ago turned 3 years old. And there was times where I gave up on the channel because after the person from Fiverr scammed me, and then the second person scammed me. Like, it was to a point where I had a questionnaire of, I don't want any bots. Do you promise to have real people? Do you promise to do this? Do you want to do that? And they lied. And since most of them are not even in the country, even if I made a contract, them signing it, like, what am I gonna do if they, like, if they signed it and lied? I can't afford a lawyer that could do like the international stuff. It's like, they know, like, what am I gonna do? Because I was thinking of creating a contract for them to sign and email me back, but I shouldn't have to do that. But them lying and loading my site with bots just ruined me, ruined the algorithm. So, but at the same time, it's turned into my diary. And a diary that I don't care who listens. And it's funny, do you know how many of my exes have found this? And part of me, I'm just like, why on earth are you listening? It's like you didn't care about me while we were together. Especially like Mr. Oh crap, this is gonna probably be a three-parter. Oops. Sorry, not sorry. But Mr. No Heart, he found me and is he didn't even say, like, he wasn't even sorry. He basically just told me I was dealing with a broken heart. Then why in the crap did you, like, date me to begin with? Like other than to make her jealous, like, you're an idiot. You're selfish. Absolutely selfish. But then he told me, you still have me blocked on Facebook. Congratulations to me, yes. And he's still blocked till this day. But I'm surprised he didn't use that other account he made in order so he could see his ex-wife. Or is that account only so he can find his ex-wife? Huh. Interesting. And oh, I blocked out. Like, I looked up his, like, the different last names within his family tree, and I was on a blockathon. I block, 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 block. Oh, all day, every day for like a few days. But he thought my ideas were never good enough. He put them down. He threw, like, I showed him some of my work. He threw it away. Didn't even read it. Didn't even care. He threw it away. And those were some of that stuff was the only copy. So that's so I, you know, karma and stuff, like God, spiritual, like, whatever, is, it does miraculous things. Because I've told the story about how I was making breakfast and I was about to scramble eggs, and so I was just about to throw away the eggshells, and then I found my poetry at the top of the trash can. That's what he thought of me and my efforts and my work. his no good, conniving, bigoted, stupid, ignorant mother, in my opinion, of course, had the nerve to say I only got into college because I'm black. But with my work, with my efforts, at least I try. At least I'm not lazy. He's throwing away my efforts. He's throwing away, like, when I wrote my novel, he would even read it. Like, I put effort. Like, you say that's the only reason, but I'm putting in the work. I'm dedicated. And your son, he escorted himself out of college, and he's not, like, sometimes when I'm like, oh, maybe you should take a couple of the community college classes because that would add some stuff to your resume, so maybe you can get promoted or different stuff. No. But then they look at me like, oh, you didn't put any work into it. Mm. Starting this channel is like, people don't know the effort that it takes to say anything and everything on my mind and being open. And some people are going to say I overshare. When I'm no longer on this earth, at least, like, I want people with disabilities, especially black women with disabilities, to be able to know I understand when they run into ableist or racist, combination of them, and then the sexist. I want them to be able, and people with disabilities too, and also people that are the total opposite, able-bodied, like white men. Maybe they can gain a little empathy. Maybe. And so that's one reason why I continue with this. And especially through the breakups, especially through trying to figure out life after my diagnosis, after everyone was calling me a liar. And part of me, I'm like, why would I literally make my feet bleed? Why would I force my knee to get in such bad condition? Why would I do all of this stuff on purpose? And the fact that my mother never apologized. That woman beat the mess out of me. The absolute, like, and some people are like, well, I didn't see it. I didn't know. Like, haha. And other family members, she was so sweet. She gave, she made these mashed potato rolls, and she did this, and she gave us that. And okay. And am I gonna say she's a monster? No, she had monster moments, but there were great times. But the fact that, out of all people, my own mother didn't believe me, and the things she said up to me, that it interfered with all of my life. I didn't think, like, she would tell me, you're not going to find a job walking like that. And yeah, and even with being a promotional model, like, both my parents, they dragged me about that. But then it's crazy because I was able to, you know, apply and get interviewed and be a professor because of that job. They saw, like, I mean, I don't know if they know of all the things I did with being a promotional model. I'm talking about the job, but I think they saw that, oh, yeah, that's a lot of experience. It is. And it's just, I'm starting all of this because of all of that, dating and employment and family and medical. And I need to start talking more about the medical, but it's going to be hard because those doctors did not listen to me. And there's so many people like, there's no racism in medical. Like, there's that one douchebag, or in my opinion, he's an absolute no good, stupid, idiotic douchebag. With the one case that just happened with the African American guy with his white friends and the water and boat, like all that. Yeah, That one. Yeah, it's like they have that one football player, police officer, now podcaster, YouTuber, whatever. Just, oh, to me, he is just the biggest fool. Some people call him, kind of like a raccoon. Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. If he is so ignorant about the history of African Americans and the medical and health, and if he doesn't know about what some African Americans go through, because I was not diagnosed until my 30s, and on top of my late 30s, they kept telling me the pain was in my head. I was making it up, and I just wanted attention. It was to a point where I just shut up about it. I was going through so much pain. And this channel, I want to make sure other people who are going through the pain, people who doctors are ignoring and they won't diagnose or they won't test or they won't even examine, like Dr. George Sorelli. That man did not, like, when I told him about the pain, he looked me right in my face and just said, just go home and lose weight. But then a few years later, during my surgery, my surgeon went out to my father and sister and told them, I have no idea how she walked on that knee. Yeah. And I'm in the top 5 of most complicated surgery. You have, like, I try to I try to explain the pain to my exes, especially Mr. Spider. I thought I could trust him, but then I learned. But when men say, "Oh, what's the big deal? You have a disability," and I try to explain and tell them the pain that I went through and how no one believed me and how I was born with this and there's no cure and what I have to do in order to try to stay as normal as possible. But me explaining takes away from my goals in my business. I'm at a point where, yeah, now okay, I'm not going to take my driving instructor's advice fully. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the other page. But I'm going to kind of do like a median version of that. Because who, what she told me, I was like, oh, ooh, ooh, okay. Like, okay, while I'm driving, tell me some of those stories. I did it. I wish she did. I wish I was brave enough. Cause I wouldn't tell her stories to, yeah, but oh, when she told me that, I was like, girl, shoot. It's like, can we go to like one of these, like small business cafes, get some like smoothies or coffee or tea, and like, yeah, I want to hear. Oh, I like my treat. Oh yeah, that would have been my treat. Cause the way she answered that question, I was like, ooh, ooh, oh, okay, okay. So, while a lot of these experiences have helped me with my writing, it's helped me with the trauma of my stories. It's like trying to find the happily ever afters. I I don't have that within me. I have to look at stories or like when I watch, like, not even reality shows, but like sometimes on Dateline or not like or World News. At the end, they have that good news portion, and there's other ways where just people watching or when people tell me their life and their stories. That's when I'm like, oh, that's what a happily ever after looks like, because I've never had that with employment. So there, do you know how many jobs have dismissed me because of my disability or because of my race? But yeah, a lot because of the disability. And so working on these projects means so much to me. I put so much effort, and so many people who didn't believe in me or they judged me or thought little of me because of me, the way I walk or ride in a scooter and stuff. They don't really. I just met a pretty cool person at the mall a few days ago. She's such a sweetheart. And the thing was, she was trying to help as much as possible. And oh, I'm going to tell that story on the other channel. I created a list, like, and it's still growing because there's so many things I need to talk about. And even the last time I went, like, on vacation to this place or in this location or whatever, you can see the ableism and why we need DEI. And that's the reason why I know I need to keep going and I can't give up is that people need to see people like me at least trying. I don't want to say just in case I fail, I don't have that as an option. And I have so many ideas and everything, I don't have that as an option. And on this trip, it gave me a new idea that, yes, I have way too many already, but at the same time, it's no other candle businesses doing what I thought of because of what I saw. So I'm kind of excited, nervous, and crazy because now I need to do the calculations and figure out how I'm going to be able to do that. But if I can, yeah, it's like, and I think I'm going to do like a different variation for each season. So that way, yeah, limited supply, limited time and stuff like that. So, yeah, hmm there's a lot of reasons why I've been stopped with trying to work on these things. And even, well, again, back to my mother. She told me if I tried to start a business, she was going to kick me out. She was going to throw out all my stuff and she was going to do whatever she had to do. When I was even trying to be a real estate agent, like a lot of parents would motivate their kids, not mine. She watched a documentary about real estate agents who were eliminated on the job, and she told me I had to watch that over and over again because she was trying to force me to and scare me so that I wouldn't want to finish the class. And she would call me into the room every day after the class and she would ask what's my opinion. I'm like, I'm excited. And I thought of more creative ways to market. And then she would make sure to pray it down. Like I had to stay in the room while she prayed that I failed the test. While she prayed, like, and that's one reason I didn't even study. It's like part of me, I'm like, why am I gonna prepare myself for something, and someone's praying for me to fail? And she calls, not only does that, she calls me in the room, tells me I have to sit on her bed while she does it. It's like usually people lay hands on you for healing and all this other stuff or whatever. No, she was laying her hands on me so that she could pray for me to fail the test. And with my writing, she said that, I mean, there's just so many reasons. And so now it's like, I've since breaking up with Mr. No Heart, on and off, I've been like, okay, let's get this business together. Trying to write, but then, oh, the diagnosis and the tests, and then spending all my money on these tests to the point where I can no longer afford a house. Now I have to start that over, but okay, I'm gonna get to part three, but oh, don't do like me. Don't do like so many things have stopped me, and now I regret. I can't stand it at all. Now I'm not going to stop this time.